Let me greet everybody with Pakistani greetings. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum means peace be on you. People have replied back with same to you. Both of you were not from Pakistan. I have the responsibility today to present a genius from the top tier of humanity. And I'm not much of a public speaker to begin with. And with my thick accent and limited time, I cannot do justice to this man's work on my own. I need your help, especially those who do not know about Allama Iqbal. Is there anybody who has never heard about Allama Iqbal? Awesome, good to have you here. Great. Yeah, because there are people in the backseat, scholarly people who can talk about him much better than I can, but your help is needed. On your wisdom dashboard in your head, there are dials for curiosity and active listening and forbearance. I want you to turn them up full, all the way up, because the weaknesses in my presentation should not get in your way to get to know this genius. Allama Iqbal. Let me give you a quick overview of three of the aspects of his life so that we have the context to understand his work that I'm going to present today. Those aspects are his personal achievement, his public achievement, and his spiritual achievements. So let's start with the personal one. On personal achievement, this man was a brilliant student from childhood, both in religious studies and secular studies. By the time he finished his bachelor's and master's, he had won gold medal and scholarship to study abroad. A great achievement for a man from lower middle class. Back then, we're talking about 1905. He went out to England, did his law degree, and moved to Germany, did his PhD in philosophy, came back to then British ruled India, got to be a professor in the best university there, and he practiced law also. That's his personal achievement. And though they're impressive, but they are done in front of what he has done in other areas. There you go. He was a professor in the best university. One more time, please. Before I talk to you about his public achievement, I'll give you an analogy. In 1969, there was a neurologist. His name was Oliver Sacks. People might know him well, I'm sure. He had a ward full of catatonic patients. And he came up with this medication that his decades-old catatonic patients woke up absolutely normal. Walking around, with breakfast, with chairs, laughing, all that. There's a movie about it also. Awakening. Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Allama Iqbal did the same thing to millions of people in the spiritual catatonia for centuries in India. What he did was, back then, he got heavily involved in politics because back then in India, two nations were living side by side for centuries, but they were getting on each other's throat. And civil war was blooming and all that. So what he came up with is this spiritually driven political proposal that we should have two separate countries. One for Hindus, one for Muslims, and we don't need to fight. And the whole idea and the movement took on the British ruled India. And today we see Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh because of this man. This is great, humongous achievement on public level, but that's not his greatest achievement. His greatest achievement is in spiritual domain. Because of that, there are thousands of books written on him. There are hundreds of websites, hundreds of blogs. If you go Google him, millions of hits. You go YouTube, 10,000 plus videos on him. We are talking about him right now. That portion of his life, that portion of his work is alive and rolling today. actually, what he did was, what he did was, like all geniuses, he worked from the core of his being. And the core of his being was a visionary, pragmatic mystic. And he would see, he saw ultimate reality, turned around and communicated it to the rest of the people in poetry. And that ultimate reality that he saw was that there is a creator. And he has created a special creation, that's us, which has the capacity to create its own self. It can do whatever it wants to itself. It can be the grandest of the grand, it can be lowest of the low. Once the lifetime is over and this creation wakes up on the other side, whatever it has done to itself, whatever it has become, it will be treated accordingly. That was the ultimate vision, reality that he saw and communicated. And his focus, the whole work was focused on build yourself. This is just one time miraculous opportunity of life. Don't waste it. Build it yourself. Build yourself. And let's move on. You have the handout. Anybody without handout? Or in need of a handout? Please share. Please share. I have one here. Let's share. Okay. This is one of his thousands of poems. Each one of his poems is a gem of its own. So today we are just going to cover this one poem. It's the title is "The Soul of the Earth Welcomes Adam." Adam and Eve, we all know the story. They were in heaven. They were brought down to earth. So earth is welcoming Adam. Adam is just an analogy for me and you actually. And Allama Iqbal is actually talking through the analogy of earth, communicating the ultimate mission and birth of us. So before I move on, let me quickly give you an overview of the handout. It might look intimidating, but it's only 5 sentences per page. Just the bold black part is, if you focus on that, that should be sufficient. The rest of it is, I'll explain that also. And the boxed part is actually the Urdu transliteration and word-by-word translation of it, poem. Just to give a little sense of rhythm of the Urdu poetry, notice the last word on the transliteration, the gray white font, this part. If you can, on the first stanza, that's what I'm talking about. Let me find it. The last part, hey, it's the word take. I'm just giving you the sense of the rhythm of Urdu poetry. All these 5 sentences are ending with the word take. And if you go to the next page, all the words are, the first 4 ones are ending with the sound I, and the last line is again take, tying it back to the structure of the poem. And so on, all the sentences have 4 rhyming lines, and the 5th line is take again. If you can move one step back. You're back? Good. Let's begin with Shah. This is awesome. He says, Kholank, Zameen dekh, Falak dekh, Faza dekh. Open your eye, look at the earth, look at the sky, and look at the surrounding atmosphere. Mashriq se ubharte hue suraj ko zara dekh. Just take a look at the sun rising from the east. Now, earth is talking to Adam. Us jalwaye beparda ko pardon mein chupate. Look at him, the creator, appearing without a veil behind all the curtains. What that means is that the creator is hidden behind our limitation, our physical limitations. But once we overcome that physical limitation by spiritual or intellectual means, he is in open view, the creator. उस जलवाए बेपर्दा को पर्दों में छुपा दे, अय्याम जुदाई के सितम दे, जफा दे. Look at the hardship and the toilings of these days of separation and longing. This life and the hereafter. The separation in that is creating longing. बेताब ना हो मारकाए दिन रजाते. don't despair. Look at this constant flux, constant fight between hope and fear. That's part of the life. And तेरे तसर्रुफ में ये बादल ये घटाएं. The earth is saying to us, the whole clouds and storms that you are looking at are serving us. ये गुंबदे अफलाक, ये खामोश फजाएं. This canopy of sky and these silent, this silent ambience, everything is serving us. ये कोह, ये दरिया, ये समंदर, ये हवाएं, these mountains, rivers, oceans, winds, all are subservient to us. कल तक तो थी पेशे नजर फरिश्तों की अदाएं. You were looking at the angels till yesterday, what they were doing. आईना अय्याम में आज अपनी अदा देख. Look at your action, doings, your actions in this mirror of day and night. समझेगा ज़माना तेरी आँखों के इशारे. If you are in the right spot, if you are developed, people will understand the slightest gesture of your eyes. देखेंगे तुझे दूर से गर्दों के सितारे. The stars of the sky will see you from below, far below. You will be so high. ना पैर तेरे बहरे तख़य्युल के किनारे. Your power, your intellect, your potential is boundless. पहुंचेंगे फलक तक तेरी आँखों के शरारे. The sparks and flames from your sighs will reach the sky. Let me explain what sigh means. Sigh is that when I look at my condition internally, and when I look at my surrounding, and then I compare it with my ideal and what we can be, that is when the sigh comes out. And it's not that my internal thing, I stand in front of the Creator and I say, Ya Rab, help. That is a cry. So that's the sigh that he's talking about. You see, the sparks from your sighs will reach up to the sky. Ta'mire khudi kar. This is the central word, khudi, I have highlighted it. That's what Iqbal was always talking about. Build yourself. Ta'mire khudi kar. Asre ahe rasa dekh. See the impact of the far-reaching sigh. Khurshid jahan tabi. That's the two words to go. Khurshid jahan tab ki zu tere sharar mein. Your soul has a spark of a sun that can brighten the whole universe. Abad hai ki taza jahan tere hunar mein. A brand new universe exists in your skills. Jachte nahi bakshe hue firdaus nazar mein. Even the highest paradise, if given as a free giveaway, like to a beggar, doesn't suit in the sight. It's not worthy of us. Jannat teri pinha hai tere khune jigar mein. Your heaven is hidden in the blood of your heart. You have to build yourself. With your own hands, you have to become a living, breathing, walking person of the heaven right here. Only then you have really earned your entry into the paradise. So we have to be like a paradise people right here, right now. Collection of dust, human, koshishe peham ki jaza de. When you work consistently on it, watch what happens. The last stanza is Nalanda tere oud ka har tar asal se. Your oud is a musical instrument. He's comparing it with the soul, inner soul. Your soul cries, since the beginning of time. Tu jinse mohabbat ka kharidar azal se. You always fall for true love, wherever you find it, however you find it, you fall for it. Tu pire sanam khana e israr azal se. You are the trustee of the secrets of the universe. Mehnat kasho khun rezo kam azar azal se. Toiling, shedding blood, and comfort seeking since the beginning of time. Look at this last line. Hai rakib takdeer jahan teri raza dekh. Look at the power of this. What you will, what you wish, is the driver of the fate of the universe. You will steer the fate of the universe if you are in the right spot. So this is Allama Iqbal. I wrap it up with a dua that may we pick up the best of the West and the best of the East, the best of the modern time and the best of the older time, and incorporate and become the grandest people that we can be, inshallah. One more thing, Allama Iqbal.
Thank you, Jamal, for that very powerful presentation.